right, everyone. Let me see. Marie, I want to see if I can try to make you a host too.
This is information. You want to listen to this, or you want to go do something else?
All right. So, as I'm all right. So, first of all, hello. How you doing? I was going to say Mr. Gillis. I'm a teacher, so I'm so used to saying Mr. Gillis. But my name is Will. Wilkins Gillis. I am the director at Baldwin for us. I have been with Camps for Us for 11 years. I was at Baldwin when it first opened in 2006. That's when I graduated high school. And that was my first job. And then, yeah, I worked there for about 10, 11 years. I went from Baldwin from a counselor to a group leader. And then I became the program director. I also was a program director at Belmore and also a group leader at Valley Stream. So I've been at the other campuses as well. And with us, we have our program director. You want to say hi?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Marina. I'm the program director of Camps for Us this year. I'm a high school teacher. I teach science. I've been teaching for 2 years. I've been doing camps for as long as I can remember. This is my first year at Camps for Us specifically, but I've done other camps. I've been a group leader, been a counselor, been a CIT counselor in training. I did direct for a little bit, but I'm really excited for this camp.
That's what I forgot to mention what I do outside of camp. Thank you for reminding me, Marina. I'm a teacher as well. I teach high school special education in Harlem, but I live in Long Island. So yeah. So thank you all for coming. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go through a PowerPoint where it's basically going to point out everything that we do at Camps for Us. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat. Oh, we have more people coming. Marina, can you see when people are trying to enter the room or no?
No.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you the host.
Okay.
So then that way you can see when people are coming in.
Sure.
All right, so you're the host now. All right, and then I believe we just had someone come in. Hello, Michelle, how you doing? All right, so if you guys have any questions, once again, just type it in the chat. Marina will just feel free to interrupt me and let me know if someone has a question. I'll be more than happy to answer it.
Will do.
Cool beans. All right, so let us begin.
Excuse me, how do I put it on just to listen on listening mode only?
I'm sorry?
I just want to be on listening mode only.
Okay, that's fine.
I forgot.
Marina, can you unlock so I could share the screen? I think I just made a boo-boo. Are you able to do it? Or transfer the hosting powers back to me. So you're gonna wave your mouse over your video of you, and there's gonna be those 3 dots. You just click on it.
I don't see me.
Marina, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I see the 3 dots.
So 3 dots and then click.
And then just make me the host. Doesn't do that?
No, there's
No.
no option for it.
Hold on.
Mute my audio.
Let me
I think
see.
you're still the host, but I'm gonna play around with it.
Okay, sorry guys. That was my fault. I thought like if I switch hosting, that would make it easier. Apparently not.
Oh, I just put hide myself and I don't see myself anymore.
No, that's totally fine. I'm trying to present our PowerPoint.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. Oh, okay. So what we'll do is that we'll just go through the PowerPoint. Marina, just let me know if you're able to switch hosting back to me so I could present. Oh, I got it. I got it. Woo! We win. All right. So let me present the screen. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. All right. So again, if you guys have any questions, please type them in the chat and Marina will let me know. So first of all, thank you for coming to our open house. This is actually a picture of my cousin, Tamara. She and I used to work together at the Baldwin camp. So this is going to be our agenda. We're first going to be talking about arrival and dismissal. Then we're going to be talking about what usually happens during the camp day. The big topic for us is, in particular, always at Camp Soras is health and wellness. And then at the end, we'll be talking about registration info. Okay, so this is the camp. All right, so it's at 15 Pershing Boulevard. So Pershing Boulevard is here, and then over here is Merrick. All right, and then on the other side of the parking lot, one block over would be Grand Avenue. So we're literally a block away from Grand Avenue. We're along Merrick Road, and then this is Pershing Boulevard. This entire grass field we have access to. We also have a small playground here. What we also have is throughout the camp is watering stations. So if the kids are feeling dehydrated, they'll be able to hydrate themselves there. We also have this blacktop here, if you guys can see my mouse. The entire blacktop. So this is a parking lot, but there are 2 gates on either side, and we're able to shut the gates. There are no cars that are allowed in this parking lot whatsoever. So in this parking lot, the kids usually, we have go-karts that the kids could play in, that we could set an obstacle course for them. We also have kickball. The kids love to play kickball, and there's a variety of other activities that we could play on the blacktop. Of course, on the grass, we play soccer. We also have a gaga pit that kids go nuts about. So that's always set up on a grass area here. Now, when we're talking about arrival, due to COVID policy, it's going to be like kind of like a valet situation where you would have to drive down Pershing, and then the entrance of the school is here. You can't really see it, but you're going to see these Camps for Us flags. You'll pull your car up down Pershing Boulevard, and then there'll be a staff sitting at a table waiting for your arrival. And then what's going to happen is that on your phone, you have to fill out a survey basically saying that you haven't been in contact with anyone with COVID-19. And you haven't tested positive in COVID-19 in the past 10 days. After that, once that survey is done, then a staff member will take a temperature of your child, and they'll also give them a hand sanitizer, and then we'll bring them into the camp. And then when it comes to dismissal, it's the same thing. You're going to pull up on Pershing Boulevard. You're going to remain in your car. You're not allowed to come into the building. You will tell the person at the desk who it is that you're picking up, and then we'll have that child brought down. Now, the one issue that we tend to run into when it comes to dismissal and pickup is that it's extremely important that when you fill out your child's application, that there's a certain point where you have to put an authorized grown-ups. Those authorized grown-ups will be a list of people who are allowed to pick up your child. If that person is not on that list, we can't release that the child into their custody. It's extremely important that we have every single authorized grown-up on that list.
The one thing I wanted to mention is that there's an app called Companion that you can download, so you can answer these questions before, like right as you're getting to this section.
Right. Also, whoever is picking up your child, even if it's you as the parent, you have to show us photo ID. So a lot of people were asking us questions about how the camp was running, especially with COVID-19 last year. So we are happy to say that throughout all 10 campuses, there were 0 transmission cases of COVID-19. That was due to the fact that we pride ourselves in safety, and we are very vigilant when it comes to that. Every single time when the I was going to say students again. Every single time when the campers are done eating, or if they're done with a certain area, we have junior counselors whose sole job is to always clean down and sanitize areas. That's been happening before, and it's still happening now. Even now more than ever. Whatever your child is done playing, there's going to be everything is going to be wiped down and sanitized. Also, what happened last year is that staff members, they must wear their masks at all times. Campers, they don't need to. The only time that they have to wear masks is if they're transitioning in the hallways and if they have to cross paths with another group. So say, for example, if you have a kid who's in 1st and 2nd grade and they're leaving their room to go to the game room, that's when they would have to walk down the hallways. They would have to put on a mask. Once they arrive at the game room, they could take their masks off. If they have to go to the bathroom, then they have to put their mask on and use the bathroom. And then once they return, they could take their mask off. So one thing we're looking forward to, and I'll just read that, it says, we were delighted to see our campers and staff enjoy a much needed reprieve from months of being stuck at home and to resume normal activities and social connections that are so vital to our health and well-being. While we navigated a healthy summer in 2020, we continue to look forward to preparing for 2021. Whether or not COVID-19 is still with us in some form, we will build upon our experience from last year to push it over into this year. So whatever that we learned from Camps for Us, when everything that was ran from last year that we felt we could have done differently, that's been applied to this year. And as always, you can go to campsforus.org/COVID, and then you'll be able to see everything that we're doing in regards to that. Does anyone have any questions so far? No?
I don't see anything in the chat.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so every day at camp, the campers, they, like I said before, you have to drop them off. You have to remain in your car and someone will come in. And then we always do something called morning breakout challenge. It's a tradition at Camps for Us. It's a huge deal for campers and counselors. Where basically either campers or staff members have to face off each other in an activity. And whoever wins that activity gets to leave the gym first and be able to go to their activity. We have a structured schedule. It consists of periods, and every period, your child will be going to certain areas. They'll always be remaining with their group at all times. We have things such as arts and crafts. We have sports in the gym. We have sports on the grass field. We have things going on outside on the blacktop. We also have art. We have our own art room. We have a game room. We have 2 game rooms. There's one game room that has board games and cards, and then there's another game room that has electronics like PlayStation, Xbox, so on and so forth. So those are all available to all your kids. We also have electives that are charged separate, like EduCamp and soccer. So if you want to sign them up for that, you'll be able to see that choice when you when you have your kids sign up at campsforus.org. Now, we are really happy to announce that we have brought back field trips this year. And after speaking with the venues, they're also following COVID protocols. I know that it's a big deal, especially for campers and parents, that they go on field trips. So we were really happy to bring them back. So was it 2 weeks ago? We finally were able to release our camp calendar. So these are the activities and theme days that's going to be going on during camp. So like I said, swimming and bowling, what's going to happen is we used to have swimming and bowling on the same day, but just for a COVID protocol, it's going to be happening only 5 times during the summer. So 5 times the kids will be going swimming, 5 times they're going to be going bowling. When it comes to the swimming pool, sorry, they'll be going to the Wantagh pool, which is at Wantagh Park. Every single camper is considered a non-swimmer. So what that means is that if the water goes above their chest, they're not allowed to go into that pool. Usually with Tiny Tots at Kinder Camp at the Wantagh pool, there is like a jump, like a little gym, like a playground that is in the back left corner of the pool. And it has water guns and it has like all these watering sprays, and it's a lot of fun for the kids. So that's what they normally do there. For first and second grade, there is like a smaller pool. Again, it has to be up to their chest. If it is, then they're allowed to go in that pool. And then there's another pool, but they do not go on the deep end whatsoever. Let's see what else. The bowling alley is going to be at Wantagh Lanes. As far as other field trips, the one field trip that we are doing that everyone's going to be going on is Adventureland. All of Camp Sarus is going to be there, and they're shutting down Adventureland for Camp Sarus. So on that day, when we go to Adventureland, there are no other camps, no other families are allowed to be inside Adventureland. It's only Camp Sarus. If you also look, we have other theme days as well. If you have a child that's in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, we are going to City Field. We've been going to City Field every summer. That's an additional fee. It is not included with the tuition for the kids. We have also, we have Little Gym for Kinder Camp. The Tiki Action Park for 3rd and 4th grade. 3rd and 4th grade also goes to the Bronx Zoo as well. We also have mini golf for 1st and 2nd grade. And then we also have theme days. So apart from the field trips that the kids go on, we also have theme days. If you look, for example, orange and blue, that's Color Wars. That is a huge tradition that we have at camp, where we split the camp blue and orange, and the kids go against each other in a variety of activities, and it lasts for 3 days. And at the last day, there's an Apache relay race, and everyone has a lot of fun. We also have something called Shade's Big Shindig, which is a barbecue / carnival that we have at the camp. So the blacktop that we have, the kids have booths that are going to be set up. The kids could play at the booth. They could win tickets and prizes. We also have barbecue. It's usually burgers, and we have chips, and we have drinks for the kids. What else? I have 2 of my favorite theme days are here. Harry Potter Day. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. We have art-based activities. My wife is even working on creating wands for all the kids. There's Star Wars Day. We also do things. We also have clubs at the camp as well. If there's anything that your child is passionate about, we could start a club for that as well. We also have Happy Summer Ween, which is like the kids could dress up in Halloween costumes. If you're concerned about like if you're concerned about it being too hot, I just wanted to show you that we have air-conditioned rooms. All right. So we always make it our business to make sure that the kids remain safe, healthy, and also they remain cool throughout the summer. So the school was very nice enough, gracious enough to give us some classrooms that have air conditioning. All right. Does anyone have any questions about the calendar or field trips? No questions?
I have a question.
Unmute.
Okay, I heard someone.
Yes, this is Michelle.
Hi.
You mentioned all the grades, but you didn't mention for a kid who is currently in
I'm sorry, say it again?
what activities do you have for children who are currently in kindergarten?
Yes, I'm in kindergarten.
So in regards to kindergarten, if you every single day, you mean activities or field trips? Which one? Or both? I'll answer both. So For kindergarten, if you look, they go to a place called the Little Gym. For a kid, wait, how old is your child? Just so I know.
He's 5.
Okay, so he's in kinder camp. So kinder camp, they also go swimming and bowling as well. The activities, like I said, that they do every day, they do art, they go to the gym, they go to the game room, which again is 2 separate game rooms. They have board games and cards, and they also have video games as well. They also every morning they do morning meeting. That's basically like what day of the week it is, what the weather is like outside. Kinder camp has their own room and like they have their own toys within that room itself.
Mm.
And then also
Oh,
they
what was
participate in
I-
the theme days as well.
Do you have kids that only do like half a camp, like 4 weeks?
All right, that's an excellent question. So when you apply your child to Camps or Us, the way that you can do it is extremely flexible. So you don't have to have your kid go every single day for 8 weeks. You can have your kid go for 2 days a week. You can have your kid go for 3 days a week. So it's extremely flexible and you could select it all on your own. And it doesn't have to be 8 weeks. It could be for like, if you want them just to go for 2 weeks, that's fine. And if you want them, if you want to extend their time, then all you have to do is go online and extend their time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I had spoke to I can't remember, her name is on the paper, the woman who you speak to about it. She gave me a lot of information about that, and I saw the chart. But I was just wondering, like, if she starts, she's gonna miss a lot of the stuff because she's not gonna be there for the June. She'll be there for the July, so then she will have to I guess she'll just have to, adjust. Because some of the kids are probably gonna have already been in camp for a whole month.
Oh, so she's coming in July.
Right.
Well, we still have other theme days that's going on as well. We also have a petting zoo that actually comes to the kids as well. So she's not going to miss out on that. And the petting zoo comes to the camp.
Right.
And then she's
But
not
the
going to miss.
kindergartners go to the bowling.
Kindergartners, yes. Tiny tots, no.
No, it would be a kid that she's gonna be 6, but she's in kindergarten right now.
Right. So she'll be able to go to bowling, swimming and bowling.
And then just the regular every day. And then she was also telling me that I don't have the paper in front of me with her name. She was saying that if you don't want your child to go on a field trip, like, let's say you're not comfortable, you think they're too young, too small, they can just stay at camp.
Yeah, they can stay at the camp.
And they don't feed them anything? They don't offer meals?
Unfortunately, no, they would have to bring their own lunch. They're like the only times that they're actually fed is like when we have Shakes Big Shindig. That's when we have a barbecue.
And
But
I thought they give them, it said snack. They give them snacks.
Oh, okay. So at the end of the day, we have something that's called wind down, which begins around 4 p.m. So what the kids do is that they settle in their rooms and they're given snacks, and then they watch a movie and they wait until they're picked up.
Okay.
So I think that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, so they would have to bring lunch. So what do they eat their lunch like if they're going on trips and all of that? Because this is like for a little smaller kid, like an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, they'd probably be more, responsible. But when they're that little, like, if they go on these trips, how are they handling that?
So that's an excellent question. Thank you for asking these questions. I appreciate that. All the lunches are refrigerated. We have refrigerating units on the campus, and they're all refrigerated. When it comes time to the field trips, what we normally do is that we just take the bins and then we just bring it. The counselor brings it onto the bus, and then once we get to that venue, and then the kids settle in, then they hand out the lunches. So if you're worried that if your kid like might lose their lunch, don't worry about it. Like we take it from them the moment they get into the campus. They each bin is assigned a grade, and then those bins go into a refrigerator. And then when it's time for them to go on a field trip, we take those lunches out, put them in the bins. The counselor takes it onto the bus. Once they arrive at the venue, all the kids arrive at the venue, wash their hands, and then they hand out the lunches to the kids.
What are they bringing? Like, what are most parents bringing for lunches if they put them in the fridge? Like sandwiches or something?
Sandwiches, yeah. But if if they're not going on a field trip and if like they're remaining on campus, you could bring in a lunch that needs to be heated. We have a microwave,
Mm-hmm.
so they could have heated lunch as well.
Yeah, because like she likes, I'll pack chicken nuggets for school. Not every day, but a lot of days.
Mhm.
And I'll just have the little barbecue sauce from like Burger King
Mhm.
because like she's very picky eater. So I'll just heat them up and just, it's like 5 little nuggets, and then that'll be her lunch like for school. And it's, it's not cold because it's not warm, but it's not cold by the time lunchtime. It's just whatever temperature, room temperature.
Right. If you
So that's
want
what I'll
it,
do,
yeah. If
she's
you need it
extremely
heated,
picky.
what I would suggest that you do is like write a little note,
Oh, okay.
like put it in the lunch bag, and then like let the counselor know we're excellent when it comes to that. Let the group leader or counselor know she has lunch that needs to be heated, and then we'll be able to heat it for them. If we're going swimming and bowling, I mean, we could try to heat it before.
Well, no, those days
but
she'll
I
just
wouldn't
have to
want-
just bring something that's not heated.
Yeah.
Because it's not, she wouldn't eat in July. There's not many there's only 2 swim days anyway. And there's only 1 bowling day, looks like.
Right.
So
So
that's
yeah.
not,
So like I would suggest like if it was like a field trip, if they're going swimming or bowling, that like
something
yeah,
cold.
like pack a sandwich and whatnot. Because like again, we can keep it refrigerated. It'll be nice and cold by the time she eats.
right,
If we're on the
Okay.
campus, if you want something heated up, that is never a problem. We have microwave.
right.
For sure.
And what, it was one other thing I had.
To the parent who was asking about kinder camp, so kinder camp, the trips that they're going on it would be the little gym, and it would be any swimming day or any bowling day, Adventureland, any of these, bigger, I would say bigger trips. But the little gym is definitely for them. Pools, the swimming, bowling, Adventureland. What else is there? Yeah, all of these trips are for them. And as for the activities, they would do the same things that, other grades are doing as well, but maybe like different curriculum. So like they'd still have art, they'd still have games outside in the field, they'd still have games in a blacktop, they'd still go to the video game room. They'd still do all of these activities, just maybe, not so intense.
And then
Oh,
just
that's
if
what I
you
wanted
want-
to ask. What's the
Okay.
ratio like of the kinder camp? How many kids and how many counselors is it for the kids?
So the ratio goes by their age. So if your child is 4 years old, it's 4 kids to 1 counselor. If they're 5 years old, then it's like 5 kids to 1 counselor. But then you also have to remember there's also a group leader there as well at all times. And then if they were going into the art room, there's an art specialist there. That's another adult. If they go to the gym, there's a gym specialist there. That's another adult.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like no matter where they go, like the ratio is never off because there's also specialists that are within each area that also watches the kids and like take care.
Yeah, and it's pricey. And the person, when you call for information, she was saying if you register in September, it's hundreds of dollars less. Do you know what the difference is if somebody would have registered in September?
Only thing I know about is like the early bird special that they will do like shortly after camp, and it's usually around September. Like if you were to register your child, then you would be paying less. But then again, like I said, like you don't. If you look, you don't have to have them go every single day. You could choose the days that you want your child to go.
Because I work, but I don't know if they're gonna make us come back by the time camp starts. Because they're not telling us. So like I'm at work 2 and 3, it depends which week, 2 days and 3 days a week. But like they could say July 1st, you guys have to come. Like they're not giving us any information. They should, especially for camp. They really should be letting people know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the job, but I feel like if I ask them, then they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna say something slick like, well, like you're not working at home, so you can be home with your kid. Like they're gonna say you're working at home because it's COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But they really should, be realistic. They know a lot of people, since you're working from home, a lot of people would have their kid home the day they're home and probably put them in camp, like your option some days. Because
Right.
that would be good if I could do that, but I don't know, because they could just tell me July 1st, you guys got to come back 5 days a week now.
Okay. Yeah. Like I would say just take a look and like see like which package you think would work best for you.
Because I already just tried to narrow it down to just July and just call it a day. Not July, August. the last week in July to August, those last 4 weeks. Because the first 4 weeks she'll be with my sister. So
They also have to be like mindful of the fact of the child because of the fact, like I have a daughter, she's 6 years old. And when we were in quarantine, like at first she thought it was fun because like, oh my God, I'm with mommy and daddy all the time. And then after
yeah,
a
it's
while,
not
she
fun in
started
the
going stir
summertime.
crazy. She was like wondering when she'd go on the playground again. And then like even when she was looking forward to school. And then when she got back into school, they were all quarantined, like they couldn't like interact or play with one another. So
Yeah,
they have to be mindful of that. They have to be mindful
they're
of like how
not.
they
They're not. But I was like, I gotta do something. Malia, go turn the TV back on. She's getting she can't listen to this. She thought it was gonna be like a virtual tour or something. But I'm like, camp isn't set up yet. But no,
Yeah,
the
the
jobs
school
are not
still
doing that. So it's like right now, I'm figuring they would definitely give us probably 30 days notice. But who knows? Because I just hear rumors like, oh, we're coming back sooner than you think,
Mhm,
So,
I understand.
but July, I already had that plan for her to go away and visit my sister for like 2-3 weeks.
Right. Yeah. It's our scheduling is very flexible when it comes to what you need to do and how you
Yeah.
want your child to come to camp. If anything does happen, I would strongly like recommend that you call our office and they can speak to you and you guys could work something out. But
Oh,
again,
okay.
we're very flexible like that. The one thing I forgot to mention before I forget is if you guys are looking at the map online, it's like there's like a legend, like a map. If you look down here, if you see my mouse, any field trip that has these numbers is talking about the grade that your child is leaving. So if your child is leaving first grade and going into second grade, they're still in first and second grade. If they're leaving second grade and going to third grade, they're still in the first and second grade category. So if you're looking, like say for example, when they go to City Field on was it the end of July, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade are going. It's a separate fee that you would have to pay.
This is the month they're gonna be at camp right here.
So if your child is leaving second grade and going into third grade, they'll
Some of
still
those
be in
days.
second grade. It's only if they're
These
leaving
days they're not gonna be
going
on.
into fourth grade that they would be within that range. So that's how you want to.
Disney Day.
Hi. How are you?
Say hi.
I hope to see you at camp.
He said he hopes to see you at camp.
Right?
Okay.
Because like you seem like you have a lot of energy. So you could exert all your energy at camp. So by the time
No,
you
she
get
has a good amount of energy. She needs to go
yeah. So by the time
somewhere
she gets
fun.
to you, she'll be tired. She wants to eat and go to bed, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Back to yourself.
And they're not in the sun like all day, so that'd be.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
You'll be busy.
I have a question.
Sure.
I know you mentioned that you advocate with CDC.
Okay.
And my concern is the mask. You have all these children and you mentioned like they're not wearing masks when they're within their cohort, right?
So so this is how it works with the masks.
Okay.
When let's say for example, first and second grade, they're in the game room, right? As long as they're in the game room, they're allowed to take off their masks. It's if they're leaving one area and going to the other, that's when they're putting their masks on because they will be crossing paths with other groups.
So how do you control like the social distancing? They're gonna be
There is social distancing. Yes, there is social distancing.
just I don't know because CDC is telling everybody to double on the mask, and you're saying that you don't wear mask. That's my I'm concerned.
So I understand your concern. You're completely within your rights to be concerned about that. The staff members have to wear masks at all times. We're also advising our staff members to get vaccinated as well. Like I'm getting my second vaccine tomorrow. Marina has been fully vaccinated. The staff members that I've actually interviewed so far have been getting vaccinated as well.
But my concern is the children. You don't know how their parents behave at home, and they're gonna come without masks.
So the option is up to you. If you want your child to wear a mask for the entire day, they can. We're not going to force them to take off their masks.
Okay.
So the idea is, if I can just step in, the idea is that within the grades, within a specific grade, they're treated as, you know, as a cohort, as an entity. So if first and second are together, then they have the option to take off their masks. But as soon as, you know, they're moving from one group to the next, or they're going somewhere, then you need to put the mask on. But as Will was saying, if you're a parent who would like your child to wear the mask at all times, that's definitely something that we can help ensure as well. So you just let us know, and, you know, we will, you know, let the child know, we will let the counselor know that, you know, so-and-so needs to be wearing a mask.
At all time, okay.
At
Yeah.
all times, of course.
Thank you.
Okay.
Of course. No, I totally, like, and as a parent, I
Raise your hand.
totally understand your concerns as well.
Okay, thank you.
So, like, if you have any concerns, like whether it's a question now or if you think of a question later, like, feel free. Actually, I will type my email address in the chat.
Okay.
All right,
That's
so I
very
just put my
nice.
email address in the chat, and you can email me at any time.
Okay,
If you have
write
any
that down.
questions, I'll be more than happy to answer
You
your
see a pen? Oh, see one.
Does
Ask
anyone
him, why
have
you
any
being
other-
shy?
does anyone
She
have any other
does.
questions?
So yes. He wants to know what August 3rd means.
Hold on one second. August 3rd. Oh, Pirate Day. It's a
Pirate.
theme.
It's a theme.
Yeah, so we could dress up as pirates. We could do pirate hats, the patches. We could do it's literally a pirate day.
See? Let's write the email down. Wilkins.
Does anyone have any other questions about the field
Wait,
trip,
ask
the
him.
theme days,
The size of the cohort, that's what I'm interested in.
the size of the cohort?
Yes, like for kindergarteners.
For like right now,
I don't know if we're gonna do any of this.
right now we don't we're one of the smaller camps, so we don't have like that many kinder campers. Like the last time I checked, I believe we had about a handful. Baldwin is like one of the smaller camps.
So I think the size of the cohorts are going to depend on how many campers we get.
Right.
But I do know that the Baldwin camp happens to be one of the smaller camps. Therefore, you know, it's usually not high numbers, which is great because I get to know all of the kids, and Will gets to know all of the kids as well.
Right, and the kids get the attention that they need.
Yeah.
Now give me an
But
idea,
they do at all the camps anyway.
15, 20 kids in the cohorts, you know, I just have to have an idea. Because I don't have the mask and I don't know how big is the room they're gonna be in, you know what I'm saying?
Well, so how we operate is that, let's say, for example, that kinder camp does get bigger, we're not going to crowd them in one room. Like we're going to find a bigger room for them. And
Okay.
also the fact that the rooms are also air conditioned as well. So
Okay.
like, obviously we're not going to crowd everyone together in one room. That's just not safe at all.
Okay. Thank you.
So there's a question in the chat. It says, how soon are the health forms due?
As soon as possible, as soon as humanly possible, before camp starts.
Oh, and get help from there.
Also bear in mind, remember, before the kids come in, everything is wiped down and sanitized. We also have someone that comes in at the end of camp when everyone goes home, and they wipe down and they clean everything as well. So on top of us wiping down and sanitizing everything between periods, there's also someone that comes in every single day after camp hours, and they clean down the camp as well. Keep the questions coming, guys.
Keep them coming.
So as far as health and wellness is, I'll just read it to you. So health and wellness, wow, I can't talk today, begins with our staff, an amazing team focused on creating a safe, nurturing environment for campers in which they feel safe, supported, and loved. All senior staff members are trained and certified in American Red Cross, CPR, and first aid, as well as anaphylaxis response and food allergy awareness by Safe for Kids. All campers and staff have required health histories on file and yearly physical exam and immunization records. All health conditions are reviewed by our health and wellness director, which is Joanne Turnier, and staff in service and campers.
You can finish watching your show.
So all senior staff members are first aid and CPR certified. Does anyone have questions? We are also working on an app. It's called Companion, where you're able to send us messages through there, and we could also send you stream pictures to you guys of your kids. That's something that we're currently working on right now.
What is EduCamp?
There is a question in the chat.
Mhm.
It says, when is EduCamp?
What?
Oh, what is EduCamp? Sorry.
EduCamp is a tutoring service. So like when I remember growing up when I was a kid and I had the summer off, and then when we got back into school, it seemed like it took a long time for my brain to start up again. So EduCamp basically makes sure that doesn't happen. So whatever grade your child is leaving, they're going to be going over the coursework that they did, and then they're also going to go over coursework that they're about to do. And then we have a certified teacher that comes into the camp, and they tutor them and teach them. I hired him last month, actually. But yeah, he's a certified teacher that's going to be tutoring your kids. And it's not going to be like just worksheets and whatnot. He's going to make the tutoring fun for them, because at the end of the day, they're still going to camp. Excellent question about EduCamp. We also have soccer shots that come in as well, so the kids can learn how to play soccer.
So what plan do you have should the kid get sick?
I'm sorry, repeat that, please.
So what plan do you have in place? Will you have in place, God forbid, a child got COVID or something?
So if a child tests positive for COVID, there are plans in place. What normally happens is that we reach out to all the parents, and but of course we don't reveal the identity, but we let parents know there is a positive COVID case. Like the child has to remain quarantined with their family, and then they have to let us know after the quarantine period is over. They need to be tested, and that test has to come back negative.
But the camp itself will not be closed.
Actually, that's a question. Let me ask my supervisor right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Excellent question. You know what? Better yet, I'll just call him. Hey Jay. So a parent has a question here. So they're asking, if a child tests positive, will the camp shut down? Yes. Okay. Mhm. Okay, all right, thank you so much. Bye. All right, so my supervisor told me that if someone in that division was to test positive for COVID, that division would have to be shut down. So all those kids would have to be quarantined as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's only for those 10 days.
Would the parents get a refund if the kids are staying home because of somebody else testing positive?
Another good question. Let me ask my supervisor.
Yeah, that's kind of serious because 10 days.
All right, another question.
whole week.
If they have to be shut down and they have to be quarantined for 10 days, the parents get a refund.
I don't think so though.
Tell them that thing. Don't you want to finish watching your thing?
In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, you can type them in the chat and I'll get that ball rolling. I'm also going to type in my email address if you have any questions.
All right, so my supervisor says that question has to be brought up to my executive director who runs the 11 campuses. So that would be Gary Turnier. So you would have to, the email is info@campsorus.org. I'll type it in the chat and then you could relay that question to them. Do kids eat breakfast there? No, they don't. But if you're running late and you need to drop off your child, they can eat breakfast at the cafeteria and there'll be someone there that'll keep them company.
Next question is, how long are these EduCamp sessions and are they daily?
Good question. Hold on.
I think they would cover all subjects, but they would pick and choose certain subjects. But I think it would be more skill-based for whoever just asked that next question.
It's awesome to have like your supervisor on speed dial. Okay, so how long are the EduCamp sessions? They start week 2. They're for half an hour and they're twice a week. One session will be ELA and the other session will be math.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone have any other questions? Oh, info. Let me put, so my supervisor's email, info@campsorus.org. All right.
Also,
Right.
when the kids go out on the, like, for example, Adventureland and so forth, they
Mhm.
require to wear the mask throughout the session, right? Throughout the activity, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they're at the venue, yes. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay. Ms. Marina, is there anything you would like to add?
If you guys come up with any more questions that you'd like to know, feel free to email me or Will at any time.
Did you put your email in the chat?
I did, but I accidentally made it a direct message. So let me put my email to everybody. If you could think of any more questions right now, we'd be happy to answer them.
Right.
I was just thinking about swimming, I know like when the child goes swimming, they have to wear swimming diapers, like for kindergarten. Will they be required to have that on the day they go swimming?
I believe the student, I keep saying students, the campers have to be potty trained.
They're potty trained, but if they're swimming and they need to get out,
To use the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can get out and use the bathroom. We have so what happens when before we get to the pool, each camper is assigned a buddy.
Okay.
So every 15 minutes when the kids are playing in the water, we pull them out of the water and we have a buddy check just to make sure that everyone is where they're supposed to be. If the child needs to come out of the pool to go to the bathroom, their buddy will come out and go with them and with the counselor. So that way everyone's together.
Also, the counselors are in the water with them if they are in the water. So if a camper needs to go to the bathroom, they could just immediately find a counselor right there and they could let them know, and then the buddy would go along with them.
So Marina just touched on something that's extremely important. At Camp Sir Russ, our philosophy centers around something that's called active supervision, which means that the counselors have to be playing with the kids at all times, whether it's at the pool, whether it's on the blacktop, whether it's on a grass field, whether it's in a gym, even if they're doing art, the counselors are always with them. That way, if there is a situation, they're right there to be able to de-escalate a situation. And they could even stop a situation before it happens. Because what we found was that if the counselors were just staying back and watching, and a situation does happen, it would have been a lot better if they were playing with the kids, because then they could have de-escalated something if something were to come up. So the campers are always with the counselors are always actively supervising the kids.
Thank you. What about the certified nurse that you mentioned? Will she be like a full-time nurse or will she be sharing the camps,
So we have a doctor on staff, which is the owner's wife, and she's the one that we basically go to.
Okay.
For any situation.
Thanks.
There's a question in the chat. It says, what is the cost of EduCamp? And is this a group session by grade? Or is this group session by grade?
I'll ask my supervisor. EduCamp is free. There is no additional cost with EduCamp. The question, is this a group session by grade? Yes. So they do it by grade. So it's like not like a kinder camper wouldn't be in the same room with a 5th and 6th grader. Each group gets a session for half an hour with the teacher, and then that's how it's done. And yeah, there's no additional fee. And it says for the additional fee activities, how are these payments made? Online. The payments are made, all payments are made online. So once you set up an account with Camp Sir Us, I believe it's through, it's not Campminder. What's the other one called?
Camp in
Touch. Camp in Touch. All right. Answer my own question. Yes, the Camp in Touch, you'll be creating your own Camp in Touch account where you'll be able to make payments and you'll be able to view everything from that account. Good questions. Any other questions? Okay, we're about to, it's 1 o'clock. All right, so again, you have our email addresses. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to email us and we'll be able to get back to you. If you have any questions in regards to billing, please info@campstars.org. You'll be emailing directly to our supervisors and they'll be able to answer your question. But anything related to like our camp, Marina and I will be able to answer those questions. All right, so if there are no other questions, thank you for coming. And I hope you guys have a restful Sunday.
Absolutely. It was nice to meet everyone.
Take care, guys.
All right,
Thank you
take
for the
care.
flight.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.